We're delighted with the result and the support from the UK investment community. Video, as many people know, is a huge and growing market. Informa say it's going to go from about a $14 billion market this year to about 37 billion by 2017, which is enormous growth, but it's very complex. And unlike TV, where content is essentially sold on a country-by-country basis to a relatively limited number of channels, content producers have a different challenge in online because there's almost infinite number of places that people can watch video, whether it's newspaper sites, TV channels, individual blogs, specialist magazine sites, and so on. And of course YouTube, which is enormous now. And so if you look at all of those different sites, of which there are tens of thousands, it's incredibly fragmented, and that creates a lot of complexity. So content producers can now come to Rightster, which has developed a B2B cloud-based service that automates the distribution and monetization of content across thousands of sites, so they don't have to deal with that. It's gone pretty well so far. It essentially means the content producers can focus on producing great content, and our traffic on the network as a result of the 750 content partners we have now and 6,500 publishers has grown sixfold over the last 12 months. So in the first half of 2012, we had on average 22.5 million monthly views, and in the first half of 2013 this year, we have on average 160 million monthly views. So that's been very exciting. We're also a YouTube multi-channel network, MCN, and we're part of that partnership program, and we're actually the first YouTube MCN to go public. Rightster as a business has got two key areas for growth. One is continued investment in our technology platform and our global footprint, and the second one is, which is very important to us, is potential acquisitions. The technology platform we've been operating on for the last 2 years is our first generation platform. We have a second generation platform, part of which has already gone live, and we're going to continue investing heavily in that. And we will be doing further releases of it this year and all the way through 2014. The global footprint, we have about 200 people in 10 countries, but we're not everywhere, and continue to expand that footprint where we think it's strategic is very important to us. But the second growth area of acquisitions is also really important to us. We did 2 acquisitions already. One was Preview Networks, the other one was Sports Syndicator. Those went really well for us, and so as we look forward, we're in discussions with a small number of companies already that are potential acquisitions, and they're really in 4 different spaces. Number one is companies that would give us accelerated access to customers, so growing a customer base. The second one is where it grows our footprint, as I said, in areas which we think are strategic to us. The third one is where we have a gap in expertise and we want to add that. And the final one, which is anything that we can acquire that would accelerate our monetization. So those are the 4 areas that we're interested in. We went public just yesterday, and when we have information to share, we'll obviously announce it on the RNS. One of the reasons that rights holders work specifically with Rightster is because we provide this 360 distribution, both to their own website, where they control and own all the information and the revenue model, and there's no revenue split, as well as a network of 6,500 publishers, as well as platforms like YouTube, as well as other platforms like Dailymotion. We're huge fans of YouTube. We think the changes they've made into the way their platform works, especially around subscriptions and the way you can engage an audience, are really, really exciting, both for viewers but also for brands. And YouTube is less than half of our revenue. So we actually feel quite comfortable that we have a diversified set of revenue streams and we're not overly dependent on YouTube. I think it is absolutely true that there's a lot of growth to come. There's a real blurring of the lines between broadcast and online taking place. I mean, you saw BT's announcement the other day about the Champions League and the amount of money they paid for that. That's delivered over IP, right? So that was content that was with ITV and with Sky. It's now with BT. At what point do we start considering that to be, IP-delivered video. So I think it's going to get hard to distinguish between these things. I think what's exciting is there are just lots of new ways of getting your content out. The points of consumption have changed dramatically. I mean, the iPad almost didn't exist a few years ago. You know, there were early prototypes and different vendors, but you've now got a massive amount of viewing taking place on tablet and mobile. I think YouTube stats are somewhere around 45%. You know, we're seeing a huge amount of growth there. All of our content partners want to distribute to all platforms, whether it's subscription or advertising, any of these business models. And there's no question that as connected TV comes online, it'll be a big thing, but we're not there yet.